In this video, I'm going to show you layers, but this is going to be a very simple introduction to layers because it's quite complicated. It's a very powerful tool for when you've got a complex drawing and you want to make it simple, or you want to show only certain information to certain people. So on the screen, I've got two circles, two rectangles, and some multi-line text. What I want to do is, I want to be able to just show the circles on their own. But I don't want to delete objects, I just want to hide them. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some layers. Layers are created from the menu on the side. You can see the little stacked up icon just below your fingerprint button. Layers pops up and we've got the two default layers. You've always got to have these ones, but we're going to have our own. I'm going to do a new layer and I'm going to call it circles. All my circles are going to be yellow and I'm going to click create. I've now got a layer called circles and you can see from the side that it's in yellow, and the little light bulb tells you that it's visible. So it hasn't changed anything at all on the screen though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my two circles. I'm going to go to the properties command and I'm going to tell AutoCAD that the circles are on the layer called circles. And I'm going to click off that. We can now see that the two circles are yellow and they are now on the layer called circles. Let's do the process again and create another layer and call it rectangles. And my rectangles are going to be red and I'm going to click create. Again, it's done nothing to the drawing, but I'm going to select my two rectangles. I'm going to change the properties of those to be on the rectangles layer. Now they've gone red with my circles in yellow. This is where the trick comes. This is where the usefulness comes from. I could check the layers again. And imagine now you're the engineer that's only interested in rectangles. I'm going to click the little light bulb on the circles. You see it puts a cross through it. And now all circles are hidden from the person who's interested in rectangles. They're not deleted. We can bring them back just by toggling the little light. Again, another engineer might only be interested in rectangles or only interested in circles. Sorry, and we'll hide the rectangles. Just click the little lamp. Sorry, we've got to go back to the active layer first. You've got to have a layer that you're actually drawn on, and because we were drawn on the rectangles layer, it wouldn't let me hide it. So I'm now going to hide rectangles, and we can now see all we've got left is circles. So the active layer is the one you want to draw next. So imagine you want to draw some more circles and you don't want to go through the process of changing properties. I'm going to click the three dots on circles. I'm going to set it to current, meaning the next item I draw, which is going to be a circle, and there it's going to appear yellow and it's going to be automatically put on there. You could pop a rectangle on now, but this rectangle is going to be on the circles layer. To quickly change that, we can change the properties of this item. Properties, we're going to change it to rectangles. Now at this point you might think you've deleted it, but you haven't. We're just simply not showing the rectangles layer. Bring back the rectangles layer and there we have our items again. This is useful for multiple people working on different things. I've simplified it with circles and rectangles. It could be doors and windows, it could be electrical fixtures, plumbing fixtures, and you could print a different drawing for each discipline of engineer working on the task. The layers can be colours, changing different colours. If I wanted to change it from red rectangles, I've changed my mind, I wanted them to be a different colour. I can change every item. Let's make them all green. And it's a good way of changing all of the colours if you want to, but you must be careful when you're drawing items and making sure that you put them on the correct layers. If you get it on the wrong layer, properties, change your layer and you'll be back to normal. There's a lot more to layers and I'll come back to this with a separate video, but for now you might find it useful to put some of your detail on one layer with some text or something else on another layer. And just while I'm on about text, We have text there. I can put text on different layers as well. So I'm going to put the text on the circles layer. If I wanted to, I could put it on another layer purely just for text if I wanted to. It's totally up to you. In fact, let's do that. Let's create a new layer and I'm going to call it text. Oops, let's just text. And I'm going to make it blue. And I want all my text to be on a layer called text and blue. So nothing's changed as before, but I'm going to go to that sum text item, click on properties, and I'm going to change it from being on the circles layer to being on the text layer. Now that text is on a layer of its own. If I wanted to hide the text, I'm going to have to set my current layer to a different layer first. So I'm going to go back to the normal layer, set it to current. Then I can hide the text layer and away it goes. Remember, not deleted, just hidden. Lots more settings in there, but we'll come back to them at a different point.